before moving to the second phase. The package was innocuous enough at first glance. Just an ordinary tobacco tin, imprinted with Cyrillic lettering, identical to millions of others carried by millions of men across the USSR. But what that little round tin contained could not have been more explosive if it had been packed full of super-concentrated TNT. If they caught him with it, all was lost. Not just his own life, but all the efforts and risks taken by others in order to obtain the extremely precious and hard-won information inside. As Ingram rounded an icy corner of the dark, empty street, and a fresh blast of bone-chilling wind slapped him in the face and made his eyes water, the warehouses came into view. A mile's walk from his rented digs, this industrialized zone of the city was even more dismal and run down than the rest of Moscow. Most of the ancient pre-revolutionary buildings were semi-derelict and abandoned behind rickety fences nobody guarded. All the same, he was cautious. The failing bulb of a street light flickered on, off, throwing long shadows that he watched carefully, in case they might conceal enemies with guns. Satisfied he was alone, Ingram approached the fence and made his way along the snow-rimed wire mesh to the hole, large enough for a man of his slender build to slip through easily, he'd cut 3 nights earlier. The warehouse was an old meat-packing plant that hadn't been used for many years. Its doors rotted off their hinges. Ingram stepped over the half-eaten body of a frozen rat and moved into the darkness of the building. The hiding place was very specific. The package would remain there only a day or so before, if all went according to plan, his contact would collect it. It had been decided back at the start of the mission that a dead drop of this sort was a safer, more prudent way for the package to change hands. Ingram would have preferred to deliver it straight to his contact, but these were not his decisions to make. The package carefully hidden, Ingram slipped unseen from the warehouse and continued on his way through the cold darkness. Phase 2 of the plan was the rendezvous with his colleague, a man he had never met and would never meet again after tonight. A small waterproof envelope in Ingram's pocket contained a slip of paper on which were written 4 lines of code, an enciphered message that, among other information, gave precise directions to the location of the hidden package. Once the envelope was passed on, Ingram would walk away, relieved of a tremendous burden. His part in the mission would effectively be complete, as his contact decoded the directions using a special key known only to a select few, then retrieved the package and whisked it away to East Berlin, where others in their organization would be anxiously waiting to take possession. When the package finally reached the safety of London and its contents were analyzed, it would cause a sensation. Careers would be made out of this, though the men and women who'd risked their lives to obtain the information would likely get little credit. Ingram walked on through the half-deserted streets, checking his wristwatch and his bearings and glancing behind him now and then to ensure he wasn't being followed. A police car hissed by, tires churning brown slush on the road, and made his heart race for a moment before it passed on into the night without so much as slowing down to check him out. His anxiety was peaking as he walked on. His meeting with his contact, however brief, would be the moment of maximum danger for both of them, when they would be at their most vulnerable if either of them had fallen under suspicion. To be caught together was their worst nightmare. "It's almost over," he kept telling himself. "You'll soon be home free." As Ingram crossed a side street, a large figure of a man in a long coat and a brimmed hat appeared from nowhere and stepped towards him. "Good evening," the man said, in accented English. He was smiling. His right hand was in his pocket, clutching a hidden weapon, and he was most certainly not the man Ingram was supposed to meet. KGB. The acronym stood for Komitet Gosударственной Безопасности, the Committee for State Security, a name that struck terror into the hearts of those who opposed the Soviet regime, as well as the Russian citizens it oppressed as virtual captives in their own homeland. The KGB had been created only 3 years earlier and already forged a fearsome reputation as a direct descendant of the dreaded Cheka secret police of the olden days. Its agents were as ruthless as they were efficient. Ingram's stomach twisted as he